I was happily enjoying retirement. And no, not from YouTube, obviously. I'm still making crappy videos here in 2019 for you to enjoy and or scoff at, but I digress. That long-haired, beautiful man in North Carolina that is known as Stephen Burke with Gamers Nexus has thrown down the gauntlet once again. He has just started RIPGN version 2. Today, we are gonna preemptive strike. We're gonna actually strike, we're gonna do work, the opposite. You know, we're gonna hit him first. That's what we're gonna do. So since the last RIP series of RIPGN, whatever, blah, 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 we've had new CPUs come out. If you guys recall, we're using the 2080 Ti's as well as, okay, we'll talk about that in a sec. This is my delated 7980XE, but since then, and it's very discolored because I've done dry ice cooling with acetone, which got in there on the pins. It still works, just a little discolored. Yeah, I'm putting it pinned down, deal with it. Since then, the 9900K has come out, which we were like, let's do another RIP series, but that never happened. And the 9980XE came out, which is basically that guy, but a better bin and soldered. So we shouldn't have to do any delidding. At least I'm not gonna even try, because again, it's soldered. I do wanna do yeah, I think we're gonna have to, do a lapping on this one. As you can see, it's spinning. But we're gonna go ahead and try this again. Now, this is just gonna be CPU. We're just doing CPU, and we're not doing dry ice today. We're doing something else, but we're just doing some CPU testing, because as Steve pointed out in his video, we have a commanding lead on him on CPU because of the fact that we went dry ice or exotic cooling, severely sub-zero. I think we were running like -70 C, and we were able to push our CPU all the way to 5.5 on all cores, on all 18 cores, and we're getting amazing physics scores, which were bringing our scores up as a whole. He had us pretty much beat and or matched on GPUs. Again, I was using modded VBIOS, he was doing VBIOS plus shunt, and we're not doing any of that. Because the new Titan RTX cards came out, and Steven magically got 2 of those as well, he has decided to revive this whole series. Now we're thinking we wanna try and beat him with 2080 Ti's. We wanna see what he does with the Titan X cards, or Titan X, see, I'm still doing it, Titan RTX cards. But wouldn't it be cool if we could beat him with non-Titan cards? Those are extremely locked down, which means no AIB support, which means very little XOC support, which means modded VBIOS are gonna be near impossible to find, although he has Buildzoid on his side who could probably do whatever he needs. I don't have any of that help. So, we gotta build it. And we gotta install a new OS because I'm dumb, and the OS we use specifically for this got put in Phil's computer as a scratch drive and wiped, or OS drive, whatever. Now we gotta build a new system. So I guess we should cue the montage, because that's how we do it. Okay, so here it is. Like I said, we're going just for CPU in this first part. We know how far we've gotten on our GPUs. We still have those GPUs. Nothing's changed. I haven't physically modded the cards. I don't want to physically mod the cards. I don't even want to mod the Titans, but this is gonna depend how this competition goes, because Steve's screwing up my plans, man. I wanna do the white and gold build, and I got the rest of the parts for that. I got the cables from Cable Mod, the gold and white cables that I ordered. I got the motherboard. I got everything I need to finish the build. But then suddenly he pulls out this hat trick, or whatever you want to call it. We've got our 9980XE in here on our X299 Dark motherboard from EVGA. We're running 32 gigabytes of the G-Skill Trident Z 3800 memory. Because remember, we're pushing this to like 4,000, 4,200. When it comes to the GPU, because we're not doing GPU tests, I just have a low power GPU in here. This is a GTX 960. It's got a single 8-pin. If I had a basic like GT710 or something, I'd be running that just so I could get video. Our pod is in here. It's as insulated as I think I can get. So if you can't tell by now, we're obviously going with LN2. I purchased today my own Worthington 10-liter tank with our LN2, and then I've also got a pour spout. We got thermoses and stuff because I'm employing everything I learned from Vince Kingpin's trip out here to see how far we can get. Fun fact, 3D Mark is telling us to disable G-Sync before we benchmark. This is a FreeSync panel. Oh. Okay, so we're gonna just be running the custom test here of, I need to get some LN2 ready to go first because it's already heating back up. We're gonna be running just a custom test here inside of TimeSpy Extreme because again, all we care about is the CPU score. So let me pour some more in this thermos and then we'll do it. So our CPU score was an 11,564. Obviously not very fast because, again, it's only 5 gigs. The best we were able to get, I believe, was 5.5 or 5.4 all-core with the 7980XE with dry ice. Well, yeah, our CPU score was a 13,284. So clearly we have a lot of room to make up. All right, so instead of taking you guys along for a boring ride of watching me do this and click things, how about Phil find a way to make it interesting and post, get it, post, and then we show you guys results, whether or not we could or could not beat that score. All aboard the wind train, choo choo. Oh. Couldn't get the 6. We probably could if we had more time. Honestly, we're running out of LN2. We've gone through nearly, probably about 7 liters of it so far, and we have a 10-liter jug. And as much as I would love that 6 gigahertz round number, I don't think we have enough LN2 to do that and now mess with memory. So we're gonna go straight to memory now and see what happens with 5.9. 13,880. We did beat Kingpin and we're not that far off from number 1. Let's just keep going. What do we have to, look how frost over it is now. I'm gonna go tighter timings. We'll go with that. 14,024. Who would have thought a couple of bozos like us could just go one day to Air Gas and be like, we wanna buy LN2. Okay, so we are higher than the highest now because we were 14,028. All right, we're gonna make it official now. We switched into 2080 Ti, not overclocked or anything. We just have to get through the test to make our CPU score valid. We're pretty comfortable that this can allow us to take pretty much anything Steve's gonna throw at us with his water-chilled 9980XE. Again, he has all the same hardware, 2 Titan RTX cards and 9980XE. He's doing Ice Bucket first. We had a gentleman's agreement not to use LN2 because he wanted to get Der Bauer out here and Kingpin out here, and given schedules and all that stuff, I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. So I just went ahead and broke that gentleman's agreement because he didn't even warn us that he was gonna be throwing down the gauntlet again. And even titling it RIPGN, and he didn't even fire up the system? He's that confident? I applaud his, how brazen he is though, that's okay. It's okay. We're gonna do this right now. 14,017. Oh, it's slightly slower than that one that was faster than the world's first on CPU. That's okay. Since we know that result is valid, we're gonna go ahead and put that up. And I think we're gonna go ahead and bring the timings down a little bit more. See, there it is right there, number 2. Canadian, Jayztwocents, again. Every time I bench from here, I'm Canadian. It's weird. Where's, oh, there's Steve, right there.
What a day.
I have to gloat when I can. That dude ain't no slouch. He's gonna fire back. He's gonna fire back hard. Okay, last run. This is the last of my LN2 right here. Oh, we knew it needed to be at -110. And we're out. We are out. But we're happy though. We saw, I mean, you saw, and there it is, because it's warming up now. All right, so we gotta let the system warm up now. You saw that we beat the score though without the upload because I didn't run the whole test. If we had more LN2, we'd be there, but that is the nature of the game. So we are number 2 on CPU as of right now. We'll get it back though now that we have all the equipment. We're gonna set it up permanently over there so that we can definitely fight back with Steve. We're gonna put this back to stock so that we can warm our system up back to a safe temperature where we can turn it off, clean it up, and get the hell out of here. So I'm gonna save these settings because this is 5.9 legitness. That's legitness right there. So, Steve, as you can see, we've got more headroom to go. I barely had time to play with RAM, and we have exceeded 14,015 or 14,014. 14,028 though was the highest that we saw without the timings that we just did, which would have passed if I had been able to keep it at minus 110. So after CES, I think the gauntlet's been thrown on both sides now. We're gonna see. He's playing with GPU, we're pushing CPU as far as we can, and we're gonna see if we can't keep the lead without going with the Titans. And then if we have to, we've got those in reserve. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys are ready for Season 2 of RIPGN.